Aloha and welcome to Upside Down Pilates. Today we have Shannon Yamamoto demonstrating for us, and we are going to do a low back repair workout. We're going to be doing mostly groundwork exercises, a little bit of chair work, and we'll be using some small props. So we'll use the foam roller, we'll be using balance discs, and things like that. All right, so let's get started. First thing we're going to focus on is breathing. So 80% of the population has low back problems. I don't know anyone who hasn't at some point in their life complained to me about low back issues, and it comes from, not exercising or from sitting at a desk at a computer all day long. And so what happens is our transversus abdominis and our deep multifidi muscles stop working. These are postural muscles that turn on and off, and when we don't use them, they stop working. So what we're going to start with is sitting on some balance cushions, and anytime you're in a situation where you're unbalanced, it starts to fire up these deep postural muscles, okay? So Shannon is currently sitting on 2 balance discs, okay? So she has one underneath her tush and then one underneath her feet. And we're just gonna sit here for 2 minutes, all right? Let's start now. All right, and while we're sitting here for 2 minutes, which she's already been sitting for a while, we'll chit-chat a little bit. So these are actually really good things to have at the office, all right? So if you're an office worker, which everyone at some point has to do some office work, having one under your tush and one under your feet, sitting up nice and tall in neutral spine, and making sure your computer is just as high as you can have your chin parallel to the floor while you're working. That will really take a lot of strain off your low back. It's going to take strain off your shoulders because we get slumped down like this, and it causes all sorts of problems. So this is one way to help alleviate and then fire up these muscles even though you're working. Another thing that you can do is sit on a balance ball, just like I am. The best way, though, is if you're working, is to have a standing workstation. That's the best thing for you to do. Okay, so has it been about 2 minutes? Oh, we have another minute to go. How does it feel sitting on here?
I can feel my back muscles firing up.
She can feel her back muscles firing up. Fabulous. Yeah. So when you're sitting, you want your 2 hip bones and pubic bone relatively flat across the top, and you're going to have a natural curve in your lower back. So you don't want to tuck your pelvis under and sit. You want to have your sits bones, those little bony things that you can feel when you're sitting on your tush, right underneath your pelvis, so that you have a little arch here and your belly is in. All right? And that should be about 2 minutes, I think. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is breathe. Now, what happens when we breathe and we get a nice big exhale is our transversus abdominis fires, and that goes around from our spine and our low back, and it connects all the way to the front, okay? And what it does is it makes that cinched waist look, and it also helps to stabilize our lower back. So we're going to take 10 breaths with our pinwheel. So Shannon's going to go down and grab a pinwheel. And I like to use the pinwheel because you can really see if you're actually getting all the breath out. So she's going to inhale for 5 counts and then try and exhale for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she did a fabulous job. Again, inhale for 5 counts, 4, 5, and then exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 5 more sets of these. 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if this is the first time you've done this, you may be a little bit lightheaded. But this is not the first time Shannon has done this. She's like, and I'm still lightheaded. But that's okay. So just by sitting on the balance cushions and then breathing, you've fired up all the deep stabilizers in your body, which is going to help start getting, if you have any issues in your back, everything back in place where we need it to be. So you're pain-free. All right, we're going to go into a little bit more breathing, but we'll be lying down on the mat, and we're going to make sure we're in neutral pelvis. All right, so go ahead and lie down, Shannon. Again, this is going to get our transversus abdominis firing up nice and deep, and the transversus abdominis really works best when you're in a neutral pelvis. So neutral pelvis, roughly, is where your two hip bones and then your pubic bone kind of make a flat plane across the top. So what we don't want to do is bring our low back to the ground right now. That can actually overstretch the back muscles when we're in a state that we have back issues. So one of the best ways to deal with it is keep that little curve in our low back when we're doing our exercises, and especially when we're breathing. So can you grab your pinwheel? Here we're just going to do 10 breaths just in and out. And what I want you to think of is every time you exhale, you're going to pull your belly down to your spine and then your back up to your spine simultaneously. Okay? Big breath in and then just exhale. Belly to the back and back to the belly. Good. And so we're not moving our pelvis at all. We're just stabilizing that position. All right, go again. Big breath in and then big breath out. And big breath in and big breath out. And again, inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. 5 more, please. Big inhale, big exhale. 4 more. Inhale wide across your back. Exhale, belly to the back, back to the belly. 3 more. Inhale, soften the neck. Exhale, hollow the abs. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. And 1 more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. All right. You can put your pinwheel down. Thank you very much. So when we breathe, like I said, it helps to stabilize your back in a neutral spine. And this is one of the things people who actually have back injuries, it's shown in research that the transversus abdominis will fire after someone has a limb movement. So your transversus abdominis is supposed to fire just a little bit before you move your arm or you move your leg. And in the studies that they've shown that in people who do have back injuries, it will actually fire after. So then you don't have that deep center of support when you're moving your arms and your legs through space. So by practicing all of this breathing, we're helping to retrain our transversus abdominis to fire prior to limb movement. So we're going to do some more. All right, to make sure our transversus is paying attention to us. We're going to do it side lying now. All right, so Shannon's going to line up. At home, you can line your tail and then your shoulders and your head with the back of the mat. You can put your hand at your ear and bend your elbow. If you need a pillow, you can also put a pillow underneath your head to lift your head up so you're neutral spine sideways. All right, and I'm going to come help. So what we're going to do is have a little space between our waist and the ground. All right, so show us press down. So we don't want to let our body relax down here. That would be being lazy. All right, we're going to pull our waist up away from the ground, and then you've got your head, your spine, your upper spine and your lower spine in a flat plane sideways. All right, and we're going to do 10 more breaths, and it's going to be the same thing. You'll inhale wide, and then you'll exhale, pull your belly backwards, and then lift your back forward. So it's like you're trying to touch your belly to your back and your back to your belly. Excellent. Here we go. Big breath in, And then exhale, belly to the back, back to the belly. And again, big breath in and exhale, belly to the back, back to the belly. And again, inhale wide through your waist and exhale, hollow the waist. And again, big inhale and exhale. And inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Good, that's 5. 5 more on this side. Big inhale and big exhale. Big inhale and exhale. So if your waist is lazy, keep going. Inhale. This can start to feel like an abdominal workout. Exhale. 8. Big inhale. Or even if it's not lazy, it can feel like an abdominal workout. 9. And one more, please. Big inhale and big exhale. 10. Yay. Fortunately, we have 2 sides, so let's flip it. And I'll scooch back a little bit here. All right, so she's going to bring her head, her shoulders, and her tail back in line, just like we did. And then show us waist down. So that's the one we don't want to be doing. We want to lift our waist up. So also by holding our waist up like this, we're training our internal and external obliques on the side to keep us supported. So especially if you have like one external oblique, like your rib sticks out one side more than the other, that's going to help bring it in as well. All right, are we all set? Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Belly to the back, back to the belly. And inhale wide and exhale hollow. And again, big inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. We'll call this 5. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. 6. 4 more. Breathe in and breathe out. 7. See if you can reach energy out the crown of your head even while you're lying sideways. Exhale. 8. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. 9. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. 10. Very nice. It appears as though you've done some breathing before. All right, that was great. So now we're going to do one more position of breathing. So by moving yourself through space, you're getting gravity pulling down on different muscles, and it helps to train even your intercostals within your rib cage as well. All right, let's go on all fours. So fancy word quadruped, we'll just call it all fours. And we're going to try and find neutral spine here. So I'm actually going to come over and show with the foam roller. If you have some sort of foam roller or maybe an active motion bar or something like that, you can line it up from your tail to your rib cage to your head, and you're going to try and get all these 3 points touching, and that's how you're going to know that you're in neutral spine. So go to imprint, tuck under. So if you're like this, then you know that you're not in neutral spine. But if you stick your tail out, and then you can pretty much balance this on here, well, sometimes they stay and sometimes they don't, then you'll know that you have your little space there and you're in a good position, okay? If you don't, you can just do the best you can on your own. So again, we're going to do back to the belly and belly to the back, but as you breathe, you're not going to try and move your torso at all, which can be quite challenging. And now you have gravity pulling down, so your little multifidi muscles down there are having to help hold you up even more. Are we ready? All right, let's breathe. Big inhale through the nose, and then exhale belly to the back and back to the belly. And again, big inhale through the nose, and exhale. And again, breathe in and breathe out. 3. Breathe in and breathe out. 4. Breathe in and exhale. 5, halfway there for this one. Inhale and exhale. 6, inhale and exhale. 7, breathe in, and again breathe out. Breathe in and exhale. One more time. Deep breath and breathe out. Good. And rest. Now, if your back isn't too bad off, you can shift back into child's pose. Some people, this is too much going into lower back flexion, but does this feel okay on your back? Yeah, so she's okay. Good. Okay, when you're ready, let's come on up. And we are going to learn twerking with the foam roller. So don't get too excited. We're going to be firing up our deep lumbar multifidi. And the foam roller is going to be a little helper to teach us how to do that the best we can. So Shannon's moving stuff around and situating us. What you're going to do is lay on your side. You'll line your head, your shoulders, and your hips with the back edge of your mat. You're going to bring the foam roller close to you, and then you'll that's probably good. You'll let your top leg rest on the foam roller. Your bottom leg is going to stay out long and straight. So make sure you pull it back, and you want to feel your bottom glute and hamstring pulling the leg backwards. It's not lazy. And then you're going to take your waist and lift it just like we did for the breathing. Okie dokie. You're going to keep belly to the back and back to the belly the whole time. Shoulders are down, head is long, all the normal stuff. And all you'll do is you'll take your pelvis and move the roller forward just a little bit. Then you're going to feel the muscles in your low back kind of pull back and stick your butt out a little bit. As you do that, your foam roller will come back. So you'll go forward and your pelvis will shift forward in space. And then you're going to stick your booty out and pull that roller back a little bit. So you're kind of going like this with your tush. And as you go forward, tuck your butt under almost, but not too much because we don't want to overstretch this. And then stick your tail out as you bring it back. Good. Does that feel good? Can you feel it working? Yeah. Go again. Almost a little tuck in the pelvis. And then initiate pulling it back. We'll say that's 5. And again, as you go forward, inhale, like Shannon's been doing. And then as you go backwards, exhale. 6. 4 more. Inhale. And exhale. 7. Inhale. Forward. And then exhale, pull it back. 8. And shift it forward. And shift it back. 9. Good job. 1 more. And then bring it back. Good. Pause there. Check your bottom leg out. Did it go lazy on you? Shannon's did fabulous. I'm asking you guys. All right. How did that feel? Good. All right, let's do the other side. So we're going to flip over, line ourselves up. And bring your tush a little bit more forward, I think, on this side. There we go. And then your bottom leg is going to be nice and straight. Let me help you here. I want to pull this a little like that. And then you're going to pull it back. So you'll be using your glutes and hamstrings. And again, we want to make sure our waist is up. We have our belly to our back and our back to our belly. Good. So it's almost like you tuck your pelvis forward and roll the foam roller forward. So it's not about the foam roller. It's about moving the pelvis and then pull back. The foam roller just gives us a little support with our leg. And again, go forward, and then we can make sure that we're moving properly. And then pull it back. Good. And again, roll it forward a little back, and then stick your booty out back a little bit. Excellent. And this is 4. Inhale forward, and then exhale. Stick your booty out back a little bit. And again, pull the pelvis underneath you, and then bring it back. Nice. And this is 6. And bring it back. 4 more. 7. And And then tail reaches back. And roll the roller forward and draw the roller back. And roll the roller forward and draw it back. Let's do one more. And roll the roller forward and draw it back. Very good. All right. Did that feel okay, Shannon? Excellent. So now we're going to go into hip lifts. So I can take your roller. Now, this particular exercise does not work well for everyone with back issues. So if you're having some back issues going on and you start to do this and you feel uncomfortable, you want to stop immediately and not keep doing it. And it is also a little tricky to do. So we're going to be in neutral pelvis. Our 2 hip bones and pubic bone are flat across the top. And we're going to try and stay in neutral pelvis the whole time. So sometimes we articulate through our spine up and down. This time we are not articulating through our spine up and down. Our feet are going to be sits bone distance apart, and we want our knees straight on up to the sky the best we can. We're going to take a big breath in, and then as we breathe out, you're just going to lift your hips straight up to the sky and squeeze our glutes and hamstrings. We're going to stay there, inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to do that twerking move, stick your butt out, and then lower your pelvis in one long line. That was gorgeous. How'd that feel on your back? And that felt fabulous. So this is also, it's strengthening your glutes and hamstrings, but on the way down, you're stabilizing with your lumbar multifidi as well. And you're also using your abdominals and stretching out your hip flexors. It's a fabulous exercise. Let's do 9 more. Inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, exhale, stick your booty out and lower. And for some people, this may feel very bizarre at first, especially if you have back problems. Inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, crease at that hip joint and lower. Okay, and again, breathe in and breathe out. And we're using our breath, so our transversus is working again. Inhale and exhale, lower if we haven't done enough yet. Inhale and exhale. We'll call this 5. Inhale, exhale, crease and lower. And again, breathe in and breathe out. 6. Breathe in and stick the booty out as you lower. Breathe in and exhale. 7. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and lift. Breathe in and lower. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Lower the pelvis. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and lower the pelvis. Nice. Rest.